Welcome back. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. That's our Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera in Lincoln City. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Every group has one, a leader, the person who makes decisions and seems to run the show, but this person doesn't necessarily need to be the boss. Here with tips to increase your own presence when in a group setting, we welcome back personal growth coach Robynne Weaver. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
I love this concept of we can all individually have a really big impact on a group without necessarily being the boss, right?
We sure can, yeah.
How can we kind of lean into that, beginning with you don't need that title, right, to make the impact?
Yeah, leadership is for everyone. It's not just for managers. So I think every time that you're brave enough to speak up, maybe to share an idea, to advocate for a colleague or a customer, you're leading.
That's so good. And it can be really small moments too, right?
It can be, yeah. Really small moments make a big impact over time.
Model what you want to see. I love that idea. That's a good, simple, one-phrase reminder to keep in the back of your mind.
Yeah, so when we model what we want to see at work, we're really leading by example. And even if you're not a manager, your behavior, your actions, your words really impact the tone of your work environment. So I think when we are able to model fairness, responsibility, respect, we create that culture for ourselves, and we impact maybe our bosses as well as all of our colleagues and our customers.
Sure, you kind of don't realize you interact with so many people every day. Any one of those things could have a lasting impact that could be a positive change in the future.
Definitely.
If you let it happen.
Yes.
Okay, use your voice thoughtfully. Tell me about choosing those moments.
Yeah, I think, part of being a leader is it's really important to learn to use your voice and to trust yourself to speak up when it's important. While we can't always impact what happens at work or control what happens at work, we can always control how we respond.
Oh, yeah.
And so if we respond respectfully but assertively and kindly, we can make a big impact.
I love that, the way you frame that. And then is there a balance there in terms of sometimes it feels like some people are so comfortable sharing their opinion on every little thing, and that can be kind of distracting and create different tensions.
It really can, yeah. Leaders are not the loudest voice in the room.
Yeah.
Oftentimes leaders are the best listeners in the room. It's about speaking up when it really counts, and you'll command the respect of your colleagues the more and more that you do that, because they'll know that you're really walking the walk. You're not just talking the talk.
Is there a way to tap into a certain confidence if you are somebody who tends to be more of a wallflower and observer, to find those moments and say, okay, I know this means something, I'm going to use my voice at this exact time?
Yeah, I mean, I would advocate for taking a pause. We all want to respond from a place of non-reactivity.
Yeah.
So if you can take a pause and really decide how you'd like to respond and then speak up in an appropriate manner, I think you start to build more and more confidence over time.
I love that. That can be helpful in any situation outside the workplace too. Okay, build real relationships. That trust in your colleagues can help really settle so many things.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. So building relationships at work is so important. We spend a third of our lives at work on average. Why not have a good time while you're there? Why not really connect and genuinely get to know your coworkers, your customers, your bosses, the delivery person who comes in every day? I think for me in my career, I had no idea that the people I was working with when I was in my early 20s would still be really good friends to this day. And maybe a person that you worked with 10 years ago is your boss at your next job, or maybe you're their boss at your next job.
Absolutely. Never burn a bridge, right?
Right,
You never
exactly.
know. It makes sense too, the way you put it. Like, I think as adults too, it can be hard to find new friendships. And then you've spent all this time with these people, and if you cultivate that relationship in a healthy way, it can be so beneficial to everybody.
Oh, absolutely. We can make great friendships at work.
And is there a way to do that where you're making sure that you have healthy boundaries in terms of the workplace and not overdoing it and making sure everybody's meddling in each other's personal lives too much?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my favorite ways to do this is to stay above the line. So in conscious leadership, there's this concept of above the line and below the line. When we dip below the line, we engage in like gossip and workplace politics and that sort of thing. But when we stay above the line, we stay curious and open. And I think if you're always just working on staying above the line with your friendships, you can trust yourself.
I love that. Curiosity is a great place to approach so many different things.
Yeah.
Okay, consistency creates big ripples. Tell me about that.
So consistency is such a fun leadership practice. So it's not an inherent skill, it's a practice. It's showing up day in and day out for yourself, for your customers, for your colleagues. And I think consistency is also the way that we can become promoted or be recognized for our efforts the best as well, because again, we're walking the walk. We're showing that we're trustworthy, that we're reliable, that we're responsible. And it's something that you can do in a quiet way also if you're more of an introverted person.
That's true. And like we said earlier, it can be really small moments that have big impact, especially if you are consistent and people know what they can expect from you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Great stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, this is so applicable in the workplace, but in also so many aspects of life. Great stuff to think about.
Thank you so much.
It's great to see you.
You too.
Okay, we will have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.